Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Good morning, third graders. My name is Mrs. Nix, and I am so excited to be here with you to support you as you become amazing thinkers, readers, and writers. We're counting down the last few days until we get to go on a little summer vacation, and I'm so excited to be able to do that and have all these fun little decorations around here in our PBS classroom. Do you ever count down to something that's a little bit exciting? I love to do it, and I love summer vacation to just be able to spend some time with my family. I'm curious, what fun things are you going to be doing this summer? Are you looking for something to do? If you are, we have some activity books. They're completely free. You see the address that's popping up on your screen down below? All you need to do is send me your address, either by using the PBS address or send me an email. Just don't forget to include your address. I'll put one of these activity books in the mail for you so that you can enjoy that this summer. Okay, something else that I just want to continue to encourage you to do over your summer vacation is to read. Make sure that you find a fantastic book, a little bit of quiet time, and just enjoy reading, especially as we're becoming and getting ready for fourth grade. It's a great time to be reading and often an adventure. All right, are we ready to start today? Awesome. I have 3 things that we're going to go through today. We're going to talk about suffixes, some irregular spelling patterns, and then finish out our day with some figurative language, and we're going to be talking about idioms. All right, you ready to start? Okay, let's warm up by looking at our high frequency words. Words we come across often. You guys have heard this before. These are those words we need to be able to not only read, but to spell. I've got some homophones up here, and so be thinking about, do any of them have that sound the same but have a different spelling? I bet you can spy some of them. Let's go through and let's read them together to warm up. Must, much, myself, my, no, not, now, number, new, and never. Nicely done, third grade. Okay, today we're going to talk about the words myself, M-Y-S-E-L-F, and my, M-Y. Okay, help me use them in a couple of sentences here. Have you seen cat Snickers? And I can go to the store buy, okay, well, I can go to the store buy my, oh, it's not my, it's myself. Good job. Okay, and have you seen my cat Snickers? Oh no, poor Snickers. Okay, let's move on. We're going to talk about suffixes right now. We've been practicing suffixes over the last few weeks. We've kind of been going back and forth between prefixes and suffixes. And why? Why are we doing that? Because as the words get a little bit longer, we need to be able to chunk them into recognizable pieces. And those suffixes and prefixes have meaning. They change the meaning of the word. So not only do we need to be able to read them, but we need to understand them. So I have some flashcards today just to practice that fluency of suffixes. You could make these and practice these at home yourself. It's a great summer activity because if you know what they mean and you can easily read them, then you can read so many words and have such a great understanding of all the different types of words. So let's go through them together. You read them big and loud at home, and then I'll help you out with them as well. All right, ready? Here we go. Lee, full, us, less, mint, a bowl, good, ness, and I think we're back to Lee again. All right, so let's put those there. So practice them, go through them, and then think about what they mean. Now, in that stack, we had a couple of them that we were practicing. I'm going to move these guys over just a little bit. There's a couple of things to talk about. And this first one, the suffix is lee, Now, this one's a little different because it doesn't have a direct meaning, but it does change the meaning of a word. So here's what it does. It changes an adjective, which is a word that describes. It changes it into an adverb, and an adverb tells us how something is done. So for example, if we could say that someone is very wise, but we can add the ly, and it's telling us how they did something. So they wisely chose not to stay up too late. Instead, they went to bed early and did well on the test the next day. Okay, so it's showing us how they did it. All right, then we've got less, which means without. So if I said use and I put less, well, that's without use, right? I have no use for something, it's useless. All right, good. And then our last one is full, which simply means full of. And so I can look at my base word. What am I full of? I'm full of hope. So what is my word? Hopeful. Excellent job, third grade. Okay, let's spin this around, move it over here out of the way for just a moment because we're going to talk a little bit about homophones. We've talked about them before, but it's one of those words that we don't use it a lot, right? And so I want to talk about homophones and what does that word actually mean. So look, I've kind of split it up by colors so that we know what the different chunks are. And homo means same, and phones means sounds. So think about it. If you put your hand up to your ear and your mouth and you think about homophone, when you think of the word phone, you think of sounds. Now it's going to have a different meaning, but here's kind of our definition. Homophones are words that sound the same but look and mean something different. They look different. Okay, let's look here. We've got see and see. Ooh, but they mean different things. They sound the same, see and see, but this see means to like look using your eyes, whereas this see, you can see a little picture of the ocean. All right, we've got pair and pear. Ooh, they sound the same, but this is like a pair of socks, and this is a pear that you can eat. How about this one? I love this one. I found this one the other day. World and world. Oh my goodness, they sound the same. But this is like earth, and this is when you're twirling around, you whirl around. Okay, so now we kind of have homophones in our mind. Let's think about what else can kind of trick us up for spelling. It's important that we know which homophone to use, but there's also some other words that, let's just be honest, they're hard to spell. We have to just remember them because irregularly spelled words may have silent letters or they could have unusual vowel sound spellings. So look at this word. That's not bussy, it's busy. But look, it's got a U. That's hard, right? So we have to be really diligent and pay attention, be good thinkers about those types of words. It's kind of fun though too, right? Okay, what does this look like in a little bit of practice? Let's take it over here and let's look at what we've got. Okay, so remembering that the suffix is added to the end of a word, we've got full, less, and ly. It says circle the word in each sentence that has the suffix full, less, or ly. Write the root or the base word on the first line and the suffix on the second line. And then pay attention for some of those spelling changes. So what do we see? Let's read it. This is certainly an important day for you. Do you see our suffix? Ooh, it's right here in certainly. So how do we spell certain? Well, that's easy. We can just copy it right from above, right? Certain, and what's our suffix? Ly. We can break it apart so easily. Lovely. All right, here we go. The play we saw was funny and delightful. Do you see a word that has that suffix in it? Yeah, right here, I see it too. Delightful. We have full right here at the end. So what's the base word? Delight. And again, it's super easy. We can just go through and copy delight, and then we can put full. Now, remember, these suffixes can't stand alone. They're not a word. They have to be attached. But just for today, we're training our brains. Okay, let's look down here and look at some spelling patterns. Now remember, Mrs. Nix is not the greatest speller, so you got to help me find some of these words that are misspelled. Let's look. We're going to circle the misspelled word, and we're going to fix it on the line. Here we go. My mom works at the library. Library? How do we spell library? Okay, I'm going to circle library because that one's not right. Okay, spell it for me. L-I-B-R-A-R-Y. Oh, thank you so much, third grade. Good job. I noticed that there is an empty seat in the front row. Okay, hang on just a second. This is a contraction. I noticed that they are, is, and ooh, that doesn't make any sense at all. So which homophone has to go there for there? Ooh, okay, there is an empty chair, so that's kind of directionality. So that's T-H-E-R-E. Good job. Last one, the three women have been friends for a long time. Ooh, that is not how we spell woman. How do we spell women? Women is W-O-M-E-N. Awesome job, third grade. Okay, let's finish off today's. I love our idiom today. It's so cute. Okay, remember idioms are figurative language. It's where authors get a little creative with what kinds of words that they use. It doesn't literally mean what is in the sentence. Let me show you what I mean. Rita and Samantha both like to eat olives and read books. They're like two peas in a pod. Oops, and I've got my little picture is kind of covering it up. Do you see that? Look at those two little peas in a pod. Now, here's my question for you. Is that really what the author is trying to say? That the two girls are little peas in a pod? Probably not. What do they both like to do? They both like eating olives and reading books, so I imagine that they're girls, young ladies, and so maybe it just simply means that they are very similar. They're very similar. They have some common things. So if you and your friend are very similar, you might hear somebody say, you guys are like two peas in a pod. And I encourage you, try it out. See if you can find two folks who are like two peas in a pod. Be a lot of fun. All right. Hey, third grade, it was an awesome day hanging out with you and practicing our suffixes, our irregular spellings. I bet you can find all kinds of irregular spellings and homophones. Remember those homophones? And I can't wait to see you back here tomorrow. So thanks for hanging with me this morning as you're getting ready. Remember, you are responsible for your learning success. So listen, ask questions, and share your ideas. Together, we can do so much more. Have a great one. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun.